Hey, John.
Hey, Maddie. How's it going?
Great to see you. You've been a guest on Discourse Syndicate, and you were so awesome and professional, and so that's why we wanted to invite you on here to the first HEX conference and hear what you have to say for your talk for the next 10 minutes here.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate the time and shout out to all my Hexicans. Love you guys.
Thanks.
All right, guys. So, what I wanted to talk about today was the analogy that Peter Thiel talks about in his book Zero to One. And I want to tie it back to how HEX is a 0 to 1 technology in the crypto space. So, in Peter's book, he talks about how when you start a new business or a venture such as a cryptocurrency, that actually competition is for losers, and you don't want competition. You actually want to create a monopoly around your product or service. And this is counterintuitive to a lot of people because in school we're taught that monopolies are bad, and in the past they've been outlawed and they're deemed illegal. But Peter also mentions that the product or service you create should provide 10x the value to your customers than your competitors. So, what is the competition that HEX is currently competing with? Well, the first one would be obviously the legacy bank CD, which currently pays about 1% for jumbo CDs. Meanwhile, CPI inflation is about 2%. So you're effectively losing money by putting in your US dollars into CDs in the bank due to inflation. And the same goes with cash, of course, because cash is paying you 0% interest on your money. And then yields and bonds are paying very low rates historically compared to historical numbers across the globe, and even some countries that a lot of the hexing community is involved in. There's actually some negative interest rates, believe it or not. So we live in a world where yield is starved, and people are looking for yield and want income. So my argument today is that Hex is trying to go 10x better or even more better than its competition in regards to the legacy markets. And then also within cryptocurrency itself, it's trying to be a 10x improvement upon what's currently available. So I want to go through some of the innovations that Hex has delivered so far, and it's 1 year of existence. So number one being the trustless interest. It's a brand new DeFi technology, high yield blockchain CD. And again, banks are paying 1%, and on a 1-year stake for Hex, it's paying a little bit over 10% plus, depending on some of the global behaviors. I think it's safe to say that you're earning over 10% on a 1-year stake. So that alone is a 10x improvement over the legacy markets. And in the legacy markets, a safe withdrawal rate for a traditional portfolio is going to be about 4 to 5%, if depending on who you ask. So Hex could be a way for traditional investors to get a yield on their portfolio that they plan on living on throughout their longer years and into their retirement, as a way to get that higher yield and put less capital into Hex, but still get that high yield. So I see that as an opportunity. Number two would be the time locking. Of course, the consequences that it makes you honor your word, and basically what you said to the contract, you have to live up to, and if not, you're going to be severely punished. And the fact that this is all run decentralized on a smart contract is one of the great innovations that Hex has done. Also, the fact that it's fully decentralized, 100% uptime, no humans involved, no admin keys, and also the development of the 100% decentralized exchange in Uniswap. So when Hex launched, I don't think a lot of people really understood or believed that Uniswap was going to be around when it launched, but here it is. And the fact that Uniswap is a decentralized exchange and it uses an automated market maker actually creates a hidden fundamental for Hex, because the way the trade execution works is it allows for more volatile price movements and explosive price movements up and down, compared to a traditional order book or in a traditional centralized exchange. So that's one of the things that I find interesting in Hex. The third innovation in Hex is the idea of the perpetual income machine through CD laddering or bond laddering. So other staking projects, they pay you yield. However, with Hex and the share price being a unique feature, you're actually able to create CD ladders similar to the legacy markets and get paid for staking longer, so that your longer stakes are paying you more, your shorter stakes are paying you less, but you keep rolling out your stakes continually into the future, yielding you more interest over time and flexibility every time each stake comes undone. So it's great to see. I'm seeing a lot of hexagons do that and utilize that strategy, and it's a way to perpetually pay yourself and use that as an income stream to supplement some of your other things that you're going on in your finances, in your portfolio. The last one I wanted to touch on was the referral program inside of cryptocurrency. As far as I know, I don't know any other legitimate projects or products that had a legit referral program within the launch phase. And I've seen a lot of hexagons benefit from the referral program that was going on for the first year of the launch. And one community member the other day mentioned that he earned over $500,000 from staking his referral coins earned during the launch phase, which is obviously an astronomical amount. The gains obviously boosted what he currently got as far as the referrals go, but still, if you get those referrals and then you continue to build a network effect and build more people and have more people stake 555, you're creating a raving fans. You're creating a system where everyone builds upon each other and wants to support each other, and everyone can win. So what we're currently in as far as HEX, as after the big payday, we're basically in the phase where it's the war for longer stakes. And by staking longer, you get more shares. So right now, everyone is competing for that share price to get those shares of the system to participate in the inflation. And since the big payday, the OA has been harmonious and unstaked its coins and really improved the yield for everyone else involved. So based on the global statistics and what's going on in HEX as a whole, I see it as a no-brainer to stake, considering that we have less than 10% of the global HEX stakes in the entire system. So less than 10% of all HEX is being staked, greatly rewarding all of the holders. So the focus that most people should be concerned with is the APY. And the APY right now is on average about 37, 38, 39% for the average staker. So if that continues, which I do see continuing, I'm sure the APY will go down over time as more people enter the system and decide to stake and lock up their coins. So that won't be around forever, but currently, as it stands right now, it's a great opportunity. And my call to action for most hexagons is to actually stake and stake long, because not only are you benefiting the system, you're benefiting yourself, and you're building the ecosystem as a whole and making it stronger so that it is going to be around for the long term, and you are going to be able to reap those rewards because it's going to have more users and more adoption, and that's what we really need to move HEX forward is adoption now. So I'm very excited about the future of HEX, and I just wanted to include a quick numbers as far as the price per T share goes. So in 2020, the price per T share went up over 300x from the lows to the highs in 2020. So, of course, nothing's guaranteed in crypto. Do your own research. But if we replicate that performance and the price per T share in US dollars in 2021, we have the potential for the price per T share to go over 15,000 in this next year. Of course, that would require a lot of upside price potential and price performance, but it also require the share price to increase, which I anticipate it will, since we still have a lot of big payday stakes coming unlocked. So that is basically what I'm looking for in this next year is how is the price per T share going to perform, and that's the thing that I like to look at, because it basically is a mathematical formula to how to replicate how much your stakes are worth currently. So if someone was new to HEX and wanted to come in and replicate your stakes, they would have to buy that many shares, buy that many T shares to get that same amount of income or APY on a daily basis or an annual basis. So my call to action for hexagons is to stake long, benefit the system, benefit everyone else around you, and tell everyone else that you know about it, and keep that financial literacy strong and keep everyone educated as much as possible.
John, that was an excellent talk. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks, Maddie.
Take care.
Take care, guys.